Oh. Today's National Anti-Boredom Day. Did you know that? Well, as much as we don't like being bored, it might not be a bad thing. This is what Blanca Cobb, who has a master's degree in psychology, and I are talking about this morning. So Blanca, we all get bored sometimes. I was yesterday, maybe the day before that, but how common is it really?
Well, according to the Mayo Clinic, more than 60% of adults say that they get bored at least once a week. So that lets you know that you're in good company. A lot of people get bored.
I'm glad to see that, yeah, people join my boredom sometimes. Well, are there benefits to being bored?
Actually, yes, and I know that's counterintuitive because people always tend to think that being bored is such a bad thing. But what happens is when your brain isn't actively engaged in some type of task where you have to use a lot of mental processes, it can actually stimulate problem solving or creativity. So sometimes when people are in the shower, for example, they're really just focusing on getting clean, right? But their mind is not actively doing anything more cognitive. So what happens is it can stimulate creativity. Some people they solve problems better when they take a shower. So you don't always have to be in the shower either, but when your mind is at rest, it stimulates creativity and it stimulates problem solving. And then keep this in mind too, your brain is constantly working, always on the go, even if you're not actively doing something.
And that is where the term shower thoughts have come from, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I love it. Well, what can you do to avoid being bored as well?
Well, when it comes to boredom, remember this, that it is about a mindset. So if you tell your thing that everything you do is boring, guess what? Everything you do is going to be boring. So, but yeah, this is where you have to challenge yourself and start doing activities like reading, exercising, hanging out with friends, talking on the phone, going outside, taking a walk, doing a new activity, volunteering, even doing chores. Do something where you're just not idle, because idle can lead to boredom. So keep that in mind. Anything that where you're using your mind actively to think, to put things together, figuratively as well as literally, and you'll see that there will be a change. What I think people really get confused on is they think you have to do something really exciting for it not to be boring, and that is not necessarily the case.
Just little things. Well, thank you, Blanca. We all can take these steps because it happens at least once a week, right?
Exactly, for majority of us.
Right. Well, we appreciate it. And this is a great conversation that you can continue with Blanca on her Facebook page, Blanca Cobb, body language expert.